Tonight, a quick look at the flooding and rainfall that swept through Havre last night. We'll have some specifics on the storm that set some new record rainfall for the area. Plus, new imaging equipment in Great Falls and how it could help you.
Very proud of Achievement for Benefits to be able to put a piece of equipment in like this. Helps a lot of people in many different ways, whether it's the doctor, our radiologist gets better pictures, or the patient itself.
And later, honoring a longtime 4-H volunteer and chairman at the Last Chance Stampede. A dedicated Helena local was awarded the 2025 Spirit of the West Award.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening and thanks for trusting KRTV for your 530 News. I'm Tim McGonigal. First tonight, strong scattered thunderstorms made their way across the Treasure State Sunday evening, and one of those storms impacted Havre with gusty winds at times up to 50 miles per hour and some extreme rainfall with 2.5 inches in just 30 minutes. That storm swept through the area, leaving flooded streets and setting off a round of tornado sirens that had residents on high alert. While there was no confirmed tornado threat, the storm did leave its mark, and we're digging into what caused the alerts and what cleanup looked like following the storm. Well, you can check back in at 10 o'clock for that full story. In the meantime, we have Eric Johnson in for Ryan Dennis this week with what's coming up on the radar.
Good evening and happy Monday. We did have a pretty strong storm that rolled through Great Falls the last hour or so, and that did bring a gust to about 45 miles per hour at the airport. Did not reach severe limits, and that severe threat actually looks to continue to push further to the east, although we do still have that severe thunderstorm watch in effect through 9 p.m. I think most of that activity stays well to the east of Great Falls, but we'll continue to be tracking some heavy showers and storms basically each afternoon and evening through the rest of the week, and that's thanks to southwest low that's just bringing in a lot of moisture to Montana. And each afternoon, as we get that instability from daytime heating, we'll see those storms firing off across the area. Now there's that severe storm watch. Still could see some damaging wind gusts and hail, especially out towards Fergus and Judith Basin counties, and then those storms should track further east. And our main threats the next few days are just going to be wind, large hail, and then flooding is going to become a more of a concern over the next few days, as those storms will get a little bit heavier as we bring more moisture into the Treasure State.
A major advancement in medical imaging has made its debut in Great Falls, bringing faster, more accurate diagnoses to patients. Benefis Health System has unveiled its brand new PET CT scanner. It's the only one of its kind in the area. MTN's Justin Robichaud shows us how the technology works and what it means for the future of local health care.
The PET CT scanner works at a quicker pace than the former one.
Our previous scanner took about 30 minutes plus to scan. This one takes less than 10.
Director of Imaging for Benefis Health Center, Paul Fulbright, says the machine digs deep to search out the disease.
It's a cancer detection tool where a little radioactive substance gets injected in the patient and kind of goes to the area where there's abnormal activity going, mostly cancer we're looking for.
Radiologists get a visual map of the cancerous activity.
It shows early cancer growth, shows how big it is. It combines a CT and a nuclear medicine study, and kind of gives us a 3D image where everything's growing where it shouldn't be and should be.
Not only is the technology faster, it can help more people.
We can do a lot more scans every week based on how fast this thing goes, how sensitive it is. So overall, it's just a better experience for the patient, helps them get through faster, and helps them get more answers.
Fulbright says having the PET CT is a great achievement and helps in the battle against cancer.
Very proud of Achievement for Benefits to be able to put a piece of equipment in like this. Helps a lot of people in many different ways, whether it's the doctor, our radiologist gets better pictures, or the patient itself.
In Great Falls, Justin Robichaud, MTN News.
Fort Benton city leaders are facing some big decisions about the future of the city's pool, which is currently closed until further notice. A special meeting will be held to discuss what's to come of the Fort Benton pool. The special session will be held starting at 6:30 p.m. at Fort Benton City Hall. Around 40 people attended a community meeting last Wednesday where an engineer presented 3 options to fix the pool. Community members were encouraged to share their thoughts with the council members and answer a survey on the city's website. Officials hope to reach a final decision tonight ahead of a July 31st deadline for grant funding. This year's Last Chance Stampede and Fair is in the books, and to celebrate, the 2025 Spirit of the West Award has been given to longtime 4-H volunteer David Hamilton. Hamilton has been volunteering with the 4-H Livestock Show since 1995 and has served as the Stampede's outdoor livestock chairman for a decade. But his history goes back much further. During his youth, his parents were 4-H volunteers, and he showed animals from rabbits and chickens all the way up to cows and pigs at the Stampede. Hamilton, who is also a full-time firefighter with the state of Montana and the West Valley Fire Chief, volunteers from setup to teardown during Fair Week. And his kids have followed in his footsteps. They also volunteer at the fair. Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks has created a new online dashboard to give more insight in bear relocations. The dashboard covers relocations of both black and grizzly bears. FWP may relocate bears for a variety of reasons, including previous conflicts with people or wildlife, conflict prevention, and accidental capture. So far this year, the map shows that wildlife managers have relocated 14 bears, including 6 grizzlies and 8 black bears. FWP also has 2 other bear-related dashboards, one focused on grizzly bear deaths and one focused on grizzly bear conflicts. Fire crews are working to contain a new fire that sparked in northern Lewis and Clark County on Sunday. The Sucker Creek fire is burning about 3 miles north of Lincoln. According to fire details released on the incident management site InciWeb, strong winds caused the fire to grow to around 80 acres. The fire was first reported around 1 p.m. and crews for the Forest Service, Lincoln Volunteer Fire Department, and DNRC quickly attacked the fire. Firefighters worked through the night to build containment lines along the fire's western edge. There are currently 5 engines, a helicopter, a water tender, and a hand crew, and several other pieces of heavy machinery assigned to that fire. The fire is believed to have been started by lightning. It's being managed with the goal of full suppression. More resources will be ordered as needed. The Miles City community is mourning the loss of 2 former residents and friends. Kristen and Clinton Brink were gruesomely attacked and murdered in Arkansas on Saturday while walking at Devil's Den State Park. That crime happening right in front of their 2 young daughters. The Brinks had lived in Miles City for several years, and this crime is now leaving a whole 5 states away. MTN's Hannah Pettiferry has more.
A crime that happened 1,200 miles away has left Miles City shocked.
I still can't quite wrap my brain around it. It's just hard to believe.
Kristen and Clinton Brink were hiking with their 2 daughters when police say they were attacked last Saturday at Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas.
They were good people. They were great people.
Their daughters, who are 7 and 9, were not hurt.
And I'm so thankful that the little girls are okay as far as not getting hurt.
According to Arkansas State Police, as of yesterday, the suspect is an unknown white male who is still at large. Arkansas State Police Colonel Mike Hager says, "We are using all available resources to apprehend this suspect and bring him to justice." Now, a Montana community in sorrow.
Everybody's still in shock. It's just like nothing that happens around here.
On the phone from Miles City, Mary Heidenbaugh told me she knew the Brinks for a few years.
We went to church together here in town, and she was part of our worship team that I was on, and she was just an amazing, wonderful singer.
Looking back on moments with them,
they just were a young family with little ones, and just a good family.
And now, deeply missed.
We're just at a total loss, and we're going to miss them.
For MTN News, I'm Hannah Pettiferry.
It's a great time. People love it.
Coming up, we have a special look at the Sip and Dip downtown Great Falls trolley service that's making a night out with friends easier than ever, and we're taking you along for the ride. Plus, an update on the types of goods which will be impacted most by the new trade framework that was agreed upon by the U.S. and European Union over the weekend.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
Downtown nightlife just got a whole lot easier and a lot more fun. A trolley service is giving locals and visitors a safe, convenient way to enjoy downtown while still enjoying their evening out. MTN's Brianna Juneau hopped on board to show us how the service is rolling out and why it's already a hit.
In a bold new spin on bar hopping, the Sip and Dip is getting out and about.
Great Falls locals are sipping, pedaling, and partying in style thanks to Sip and Dip's newest addition.
Sid's Pedal Trolley Tours is a pedal pub trolley tour.
This mobile microbar tours downtown Great Falls while guests pedal, sip, and socialize with sights, sounds, and spirits along the route.
We imported the trolley from Canada, and then we started booking tours in May. We've had a great reception to it. We're taking out 2 to 3 tours a week.
They even took me around the block to try it out.
The generator makes me feel like I'm so strong.
So I actually saw people going down the street on the trolley.
For first-time trolley riders Ashley and Heather Shaster, this was something they looked forward to since seeing it riding down the street.
It just seemed like something that was kind of like silly and like you're gonna have a good time, like regardless of like who you're with, really. So it just seemed like fun.
And it's been really fun. Everybody here has been really excited about it, and we just love talking about it, and so it's great.
It's a great time. People love it.
Owner Sandra Thayer says that the trolley will be operational until the weather turns cold.
When it starts to snow, we'll put it away for the winter.
Tours can still be booked for this year, and a minimum of 8 is required to ride. In Great Falls, Brianna Juneau, MTN News.
President Trump announced a new trade deal framework over the weekend with the European Union. Scripps News Group's Ava Joy Burnett looks at how it could impact consumers.
The trade framework between the United States and the European Union is exactly that, a framework. We're still waiting for exact details to be finalized on paper, but we do have some information. And economists tell us that, like any tariff, the consumer could end up shouldering some of the cost. The U.S. and the European Union announcing a new trade agreement framework over the weekend.
It's the biggest of all the deals.
It sets a 15% tariff on most goods imported from the EU, as opposed to a previously proposed 30% rate. The U.S. imported $605 billion worth of goods from the 27-country bloc last year. Complete details of the agreement have not been made available, but it could have a major impact on the price of goods like European-made cars and pharmaceuticals, which may be passed on to consumers, says Professor Timothy Helwig.
I think consumers in the United States suffer from this trade deal.
Some products will be exempt from any tariffs, including aircraft parts, certain chemicals and generic drugs, and some agricultural products. Many businesses are still waiting to learn if the deal will impact them, including the alcohol industry.
We are greatly hopeful that 15% tariff is not applied to distilled spirits.
Chris Swanger is the CEO of the Distilled Spirits Council of the U.S. and says any tariff would drive prices up.
Any tax on distilled spirits products or a tariff on distilled spirits products are going to impede on that consumer being able to afford that special bottle of scotch or cognac.
U.S. businesses and importers would prefer no tariffs, but it's important to note that a 30% tariff on EU imports was set to take effect on Friday. So by that measure, experts say this new 15% rate on most goods is a big win. Ava Joy Burnett, Scripps News Group, Washington.
One walk across America was not enough for a Florida man on a mission to promote mental health awareness. Kendall Ray Edwards began walking in January of 2022 from Jacksonville Beach to Long Beach, Washington, covering nearly 3,300 miles over 15 months. Now his new goal is to reach the 4 corners of the country while fundraising on foot to support mental health and recovery.
Sometimes somebody just needs to know that they are cared about, that somebody does love and care about them, and sometimes it comes from a stranger. And if I get to be that stranger, it's awesome. I still struggle with things, but it's the keeping that cup half full over half negative.
The journey is also a personal triumph for Edwards, having battled mental illness and drug addiction. So far, he's raised more than $16,000 for the nonprofit Addict to Athlete.